All right. We're just going to hang out, work on the game. I need to find someone who's into making trading card games because that's what I want to make. I want to make Yu-Gi-Oh 2.0. Can we do it? I'm counting on you. I need your help. And while I'm waiting for people, I'm just going to work in Unity. Let's see. Made a hotkey for Unity. There it is. All right. So we got this issue. Let me see what this is. Lobby client 74. Okay. So move next. It's okay. So, so for this issue, because the server cancels the stream when the game starts, I guess. Let me see. They're right here. Update channel. Stream closed by client. If it's done. But okay. Session. We send it to start the menu to receive messages from the session. Okay, that's just a loop. All right, this is the wrong RPC. I am sorry. We need to go to the join battle RPC. Okay, battle starts. Here we go. I'm pretty sure we send something. So in the stream, if it's we send a message to all the players. So I guess we just loop through the streams. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Okay. Whoops. F12. Where's the stream? Where are the streams defined? Streams here. Lobby players. Okay. We just send a join battle. Okay. Wait a minute. So that's battle starts. When does this happen? All right. So if number of players in the lobby is 2, we start the battle and we return. But I guess is that what's going on? So I hit this. The battle starts. All that does is return an error. And there's a race condition that it never makes it here, actually. It shouldn't make it here. First join path, unlock, then wait for either start or cancel. That actually doesn't make any sense, though. Actually, what? Let me go back to what the error says. Oh, I know what the error says. It just says RPC canceled. Can I repro this? Can I reproduce it? I'm afraid to lose the state. But let's just repro it. Let's just try to repro it, see what happens. Let's end the game. Won the game for both players. Game is over. You lose, get good, son. Very nice. Very nice. That's what I like to see. That kind of passion. Oh my gosh, these Windows orders. Why is there a back button? What does that do? It's not a browser. All right, this time I'm going to create the game on this for this Unity. And then for the other Unity, let's join it. Gosh, I'm attacked by all these windows. Okay, here we go. There we go. Nice and neat. We're going to join it. Are we going to get the error again? Oh, shoot. Oh, we didn't get the error this time. See, it only happens sometimes. That's going to be annoying to debug if it doesn't happen all the time. Okay, so I'm trying to think about why there might be a race condition or something or what. So the battle starts. How does this even work? Because this is a server stream? Yeah, it's a server stream. And we end it right away when the battle starts here. I think. Hold up. Hold up. How does this make any sense? Wait for either start or cancel. And here I send done to both players. Range battle ID. Or I send a join battle response. And then I close the lobby. Grok, can you help my cute friend Samuel with his cute card game? Bro. Do we have Grok on Twitch? No, bro. We wouldn't have Grok on Twitch. We would have an Amazon AI. I don't know what it is. They don't even have one. Lobby that done. So we closing it. We just closing it. How this works? How does this work? What in the concoction did I make over here? Michelin star restaurant? Never been to one. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Mecha Musk? Yeah, if only I had Mecha Musk on my team, then we would get some stuff done. We would be good to go. Battle starts. Join battle. In the lobby. Unlock, then wait for either start or cancel. Select. Okay. Done. Lobby.done. When do I send this, dude? Clean up on disconnect. Why the operator symbols look so weird in your editor? What do you mean? Operator. What are the operator symbols? You mean these arrows? I don't know. Looks good to me. Still don't understand when I'm sending battle.done to the channels. I don't see it. I see we're closing the lobby. We're sending stuff via the streams. Join battle response. Ooh. Okay. What is this? Oh. Do I have an example of that? Let me see. Like a cross? Oh yeah, because the editor changes it up. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. I know a lot of people who hate that stuff, but I don't know. It looks fine. Maybe I'm too used to it. I kind of like it. It kind of looks cool. It kind of looks cute, you know. It's a little more cute. You know what I'm saying? Streams. What streams are these though? What streams are these though? Lobby players. Okay. And we're waiting? Oh my goodness. Gives me flashbacks from my class. What'd you do today? Please a game crash. Wow. Congrats. That's a big one. That's huge. For weeks, yeah, because sometimes crashes are annoying to debug. That's kind of what I'm doing now, but it's not a straight up crash. It's just a weird error. Trying to figure out. Second join path is equals to 2. Okay. Return this. Hello, Chemistry Nick. How's it going? I'm good. I'm just reading some code I wrote a while back. I'm looking at the logic that handles joining the lobby and then starting the game. It has to transfer both players from the lobby into the game. I'm getting a random error sometimes when this happens. But this seems pretty simple to me. Actually, okay, I send the message to both streams and then I close the stream. Close the lobby. Lobby.done. Close. What does this do actually? What in the world? I actually don't understand what this close function does in Golang. Let me ask ChatGPT. Because I didn't even know you can pass in a parameter here in Golang for closing a channel. Turns out the cause of the crash was I had forgotten to put extern C around some functions in one of my headers. I don't even know what that is, man. And this tool did not give any linker errors when it should have. Dude, what is extern C in what does that do in C? So I had no clues to where I fucked up. That sucks. It's hard. Hard to debug. Nope and go, you cannot pass parameters in the close. So why am I doing it? Oh, wait. Dude, ChatGPT is dumb. That is a parameter. I think ChatGPT misunderstood my question, maybe. Close channel only takes one argument, which is the channel to close. Oh. That makes sense. Never mind, I'm dumb. Damn, dude. Damn, but I still don't get how this works. Case lobby.done. Why do I need this at the end of my RPC? Dude, I am still trying to wrap my head around how the for select loop in Golang I'm still trying to figure out why we need it. I feel like we don't need it. But I don't think I understand how to use it yet. I'm finishing Hunter x Hunter, half of Chimera Ant arc in the last one. Dang, dude. You're almost there. Yeah, I got to the Chimera Ant arc and then I kind of stopped watching it because I got weirded. I got confused. I couldn't stuff happened. I didn't understand what was going on. And I think that's why I stopped watching it. But I liked Hunter x Hunter. Dude, I liked Hunter up until the Chimera Ant. I watched it so fast. It's because I was writing C++, but my functions required C linkage because it doesn't support name mangling. Name mangling doesn't support it? Ugh, shit. Damn. You need to select block at the end of your joint battle RPC because you are implementing a wait for a second player pattern. Here's what's going on in play terms. The second player doesn't need it. Player joins the lobby, the first joiner. If one player is present, you unlock the mutex. Then wait until either the second player joins the battle, starts, lobby done is closed. The client disconnects. Context not done is triggered. Okay. This is the client disconnecting. Got it. And then this is the battle started. Nothing else to do. Okay, so lobby done. You block here until the channel is closed. This is how you signal the first player that the game has started. Most likely the second player joined and your battle starts when you close lobby done. Okay, hold up. Lobby done. This is just a channel. And it takes a struct? I don't get it. But over here, so when I close the channel, it goes into this case for the first player. So when I close the channel, the is fired on the first player. What is case? Case just a struct? Wait, it's a channel. Dude, what the fuck, man? Dude, Golang channels. But the past is the past. Bug is fixed, and I can now finish the function. There we go. Me too. Great Island was my favorite arc. Ooh, okay, yeah. I don't even remember which one that was. Dude, actually, I should rewatch Hunter x Hunter because it's been a while and it's like so long that it'll feel like I'm rewatching it again, which might be fun. Then I have a working editor to modify the game data now, and I will be able to modify the game to my liking. Game modder. We got a game modder. A future game modder. Why is this a struct? Let me ask ChatGPT. Why is it a struct? Does it matter? It's idiomatic in Go to use Go done channel struct instead of say done channel boolean. Here's why: is preferred channel struct is preferred for signaling. Why channel struct is best for signaling? Dude, what is all this random Golang stuff? What? Specific to Golang stuff that no one knows. The third one, there were cards in Bomber Enemy. Oh, I kind of vaguely remember. They stopped releasing games I'm interested in, so I gotta find ways to cope. Yeah, me too. I want to make a card game. That's what I want to do. I want to make a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much. Because like I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's just way too many cards now. Like there's just way too many cards, way too much stuff happening. Which kind of what happens to all TCGs. Struct is an empty struct. It takes 0 bytes. When you send a struct over the channel, Go doesn't allocate memory. Compare that to channel boolean, which sends a full boolean value. Value doesn't matter. Using the channel purely to signal not to pass actual data. The receiver only cares that something was sent or that the channel was closed, not what was sent. So struct is perfect. It says I'm done, nothing more. When readers of your code see channel.struct, they immediately know this channel is for one-time event. Okay, hold up. Oh, this ain't it. Okay, here we go. So we need breakpoint. So we have lobby.done as a case, and then we have context.done as another case. So like the thing I'm like wrapping my head around is like for this case, it's actually pointing to the channel directly. Like this is not pointing to a channel. This is like pointing to, oh wait, that is also a channel. Holy shit. Okay, so I guess I don't know if you always put channels in the cases, but seems like it's common. This is a done channel for the contact. What? So I don't need this channel? Wait, what? I feel like I don't need that channel if this has a channel that's already called done. Let me ask ChatGPT this. If context already has a channel, has a CTX done, do I need another one? even though the context.done is part of the context, a context object and created when the context is made, it's just a channel. Unless you select on it, you won't know when it's canceled. Your server logic must explicitly do this. Okay, that's not really what I was trying to ask about. Can I remove... You can, but only if you no longer care about waiting for the battle to start, and that's probably not what you want. Why can't I just use the context? So now the first player joins the lobby. If no second player shows up, it just hangs there doing nothing because the select never fires. The player disconnects. Meanwhile, even when the second player joins, the game starts, this player won't know. You'd still call battle starts. But the first player's join battle call would never return because it's not watching lobby.done anymore. Wait for the game to start. So the only proper way to manage both sides of waiting behavior. So like, what if I just context.done instead of doing closed? What was I doing? What was I doing? Doing this. Close lobby. Let's see. Can I copy this to my clipboard? Alright. Vim skills. A sneaky idea. You're wondering, can I just cancel context instead of calling close.lobby to notify the first player? Short answer, no, that would not work the same. Dude. I'm trying to see what the cleanest way to write this code is. Maybe in the future, going for a while. Okay, sounds good. Maybe in the future, when I become a UNC, I can start vibe coding some small games. But in the meantime, we modding. Okay. Right now, I think I'm in the vibe coding small games situation. But I'm also just learning about server stuff right now in Golang. Learning a lot about Golang. I don't even know if I want to learn this much about Golang. Like, do I even care about Golang that much? I'm like, I do stuff and I don't know. I'm getting my jobs in Java. So like, I feel like Java is more useful, but whatever. Golang is cool. Like, even if if I wanted to get a job, I would also just prefer the language to be in Java probably instead of Golang, because I like Golang for a lot of things, but some things I don't like. One of the things I don't like about Golang is that there's not a lot of maintained packages and support for Golang. Like, there's no good mapping library. There's no library to do functional programming stuff in Golang, which is a huge for me, because I really like, I don't want to have to use a for loop for everything. I like just mapping stuff, easy, done, get it done real quick. Looks nice in the code. For loops are really chonky in the code when you look at it, but whatever. Yeah, so just there's not a lot of maintained packages for Golang, but there's the world is for Java. There's a world of packages for Java. My first started streaming, you had more viewers. What happened? I don't know. I think I haven't been streaming that much lately. Maybe that's why. I was like moving places a lot, and yeah, like stuff at work I kind of got real busy at work. And I guess I lost some of the viewers. Like, there was this one guy that used to come to my streams all the time. His name was, what was his name? Dude. Forgot his name. It'll come to me later. 2 years ago, your stream was popping. 2 years ago, yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Oh yeah, his name was Ghost. That's right. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been streaming for a while, I guess. I'm trying to stream more off frequently, cause like like back then the tooth cap had charm. We lost the London look, boys. The freaking I'm got. Anyways, back then I was streaming like when I was starting streaming, like I was streaming all the time because like yeah, I was just streaming all the time. I was like streaming every day, and it's mostly because didn't have a job. So I probably had more viewers because of that, because I was streaming a lot more. And I'm trying to stream more, like I'm trying to do like what the Primogen does, who like has a job and like well he had a job and then he streams all the time also. So if he could do it, anyone can do it. So I'm the only guy who can pull off the tooth cap. All right, but what about the bald? What if I'm bald? Context dot done. Controlled. Okay, this is controlled by the client or upstream. You cannot trigger context from your server logic. You should never call cancel on your context you didn't create. On a context you didn't create, you didn't and the context was passed into the RPC. Okay. Fix the tooth guy lost your London look. Very skinny, lost the American look. Very skinny, lost the American look. Damn, dude. Wait, how do I lose it? Because I got skinny. I thought I'm not. I wasn't. I was like the same, dude. Maybe I was more fat back then. Because I used to eat a bunch of ice cream. Like every morning was like a huge tub of ice cream for my breakfast. But I had to stop doing that. Good times though, dude. The freaking dude, I ate Cherry Garcia like flavor. They had like little tubs of ice cream. I forgot what the brand was. That was the flavor. Can I just cancel the context? So I can't because it's a different context. I can't use it. Here's why. Signals game starting now. Used internally by your app to signal game logic has progress. Any go routine waiting on live down to one block. Independent of your pair connection status. The first player will never unblock because you're not signaling anything. You're only waiting for the client to give up. And the second player can't force the first player to fire. That's backwards. You need both. So the channel, we are directly putting a channel on the where is it? For select loop. Up here. In the cases, so lobby.done receives a message when it is closed. Definitely aren't the rock. I'm not gonna lie. Bald Simon looks scary. I do. It does look like I'm looking like I'm like the Eggman or something. I don't know. Like the Brain Man or it's the Brainiac. I don't know. It's like the Brainiac because I think the thing makes my head. Is my head really that big? My head's not that big, dude. Dude, it doesn't look that big. Maybe I'm just really smart. You know what I'm saying? Because my head is so big. How do I look now? I look like a Persian prince now. Yes, case I lobby is done when fires when the channel is closed, not when it receives a message. Not when it receives a message. Is often used as a signal only channel. The values are relevant or unused. When you close the channel, you don't look human, but it's kind of good. When you close the channel, all receives channel immediately unblock. Okay. Immediately unblock. The receiver returns a zero value of the channel type struct in this case, but most people ignore it. Done. Not used here. You're not saying a message, just closing channel to signal. So it does send a message, a zero message to the channel. How would I send something to, how would I send an actual value if the struct had an int or something? Your skin just becomes so smooth, super smooth. It's like I'm wearing makeup or something. Let me go back to the clear lens. Yeah, dude, I think I need, what is that? What are they called? Those face things? Dude, I don't even know what they're called, dude, because I never got one. It's like you can get like girls get the face thing for they wash their face or something. Like a facial. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. It's called a facial. Damn. Time for a facial, bro. Time for a facial. Moisturize. True. Dude, I don't want to answer that question. That question doesn't sound like what you're asking about. What I'm talking about doesn't sound like it. It sounds suspect. Great question. If you want to send actual value, not just a signal, you need to use a channel of concrete type. Send the value and then receive the value. Battle Chan. Info. What does this do? Info. Okay. If you're using a select, it looks like this. Case info. Battle starting with %E players. Okay. Battle channel. I only know one type. I don't think it's the one you were talking about. Among Us. Among Us. What's a fun multiplayer game we can play? Like a Mario Party kind of game. Kind of want to do that. Don't close the channel. All right, I think I learned enough about how this works now. I think I understand enough. Very interesting. Select. Very interesting. You know what? That's a good point. I need to put my retainers on. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to be back too. So I'll BRB. Let me put the BRB on the screen. Can we see it? BRB. I don't know if that's big enough. I think it is. How do I... What the heck? Okay. We are back. We're so back. We're back. We're back. Hello. 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 Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello. Hello. All right. I need to look up some documentation. I need to get to the bottom of this. Golang. Connect. Go. Let me see something. I want to see how they do it. How the library does it. How do they do streams? Can I see? Oh, let me remove the BRB. What am I doing? Here we go. There we go. Go to generate code using buff, a modern replacement for Go's protobuf compiler. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Use the gRPC protocol instead of the connect protocol. I don't need to do that. I want to see their example. Okay, here we go. We have one example, and this is just a This is just a normal request response situation. I want to see an example of a stream. No, dude, no. That's not what I'm looking for. Streaming, here we go. Should we just read it from the top? Holy shit, dude. Connect supports several types of streaming. RPC streaming is exciting. It's fundamentally different from the web's typical request response model. And in the right circumstance, it can be very efficient. Let me make it look bigger. If you've been writing the same pagination or pulling code for years, streaming may look like the answer to all your problems. Temper your enthusiasm. Streaming also comes with many drawbacks. It requires excellent HTTP libraries. At the very least, the client and the server must be able to stream HTTP 1.1 request and response bodies. For bidirectional streaming, both parties must support HTTP 2. Long-lived streams are much more likely to encounter bugs in edge cases in HTTP 2 flow control. It requires excellent proxies. Every proxy between the server and the client, including those run by cloud providers, must support HTTP 2. It weakens the protections offered to your urinary handlers, since streaming typically requires proxies to be configured with much longer timeouts. Wait, I don't get that one. It weakens the protections offered to your urinary handlers, since streaming typically requires proxies to be configured with much longer timeouts. Okay, I see what it's saying. It's saying that because we have to increase the timeout time for streams, we also have to do it for the urinary handlers. So the timeout protection is lost on the urinary handlers, is basically what it's saying. Unless you do, I think that's something it doesn't have to be that way. I think that's, if you configure it right, it doesn't have to be that way. It requires complex tools. Streaming RPC protocols are much more involved than urinary protocols, so curl and your browser's network inspector are useless. In general, streaming ties your application more closely to your networking infrastructure and makes your application inaccessible to less sophisticated clients. You minimize these downsides by keeping streams short-lived. Short-lived streams. I don't like that. I'm not doing that. It'll say if your HTTP server has a read timeout and write timeout configured, it applies to the entire operation duration. For streaming calls, see the FAQ for more information. All that said, Connect Code fully supports all three types of streaming. All streaming subtypes work with gRPC, gRPC Web, and Connect protocols. Streaming variants. In client streaming, the client sends multiple messages. Once the server receives all the messages, it responds with a single message. In protobuf schemas, client streaming methods look like this. Greet service. We have RPC, and then we have greet. And the request is a stream. And it returns a response. Okay. And Go, client stream RPCs use a client stream and client stream for client types. Okay. So in server stream, the client sends a single message and the server responds with multiple messages. In protobuf schemas, server streaming method looks like this. Okay. In Go, streaming RPC is using the server stream and server stream for client types. Oh, server streaming RPCs use the server stream. Okay. In bidirectional streaming, often called BIDI, the client and server both send multiple messages. Often the exchange is structured like conversation. The client sends a message, the server responds, the client sends another message, and so on. Keep in mind that this always requires end-to-end HTTP to support regardless of RPC protocol. Clients and servers support HTTP2 by default. That HTTP clients. If you're using TLS, but they need some special configuration to support HTTP2 without TLS. In protobuf schemas, BIDI streaming methods look like this. Bidirectional, stream and a stream, two streams. Okay, and Go BIDI streaming use the BIDI stream for client types. Okay. In all three protocols, Streaming responses always have an HTTP status of 200 OK. This may seem unusual, but it's unavoidable. The server may encounter an error after sending a few messages when the HTTP status has already been sent to the client. Rather than relying on the HTTP status, streaming handlers encode any errors in HTTP trailers or at the end of the response body, depending on the protocol. The body of streaming requests and responses envelops your schema defined messages with a few bytes of protocol specific binary framing data. Because of the interspersed framing data, the payloads are no longer valid protobuf or JSON. Instead, they use protocol specific context types like application connects with proto, application gRPC plus JSON, or gRPC web proto. Interspersed framing data, headers and trailers. As in a UniRPC headers or plain HTTP headers, it's the same ASCII only restricted binary header support. Each protocol sends response trailers differently. They may be sent as HTTP trailers, a block of HTTP formatted data at the end of the response body, or a blob of JSON at the end of the body, regardless of wire encoding. All three protocols give trailers the same semantics and restrictions as headers. Each of ConnectGo streams types either exposes headers and trailers on request or response, just like UniRPCs. Interceptors. Okay, I think I have one question about how streaming works, and that's, do we have to wait in the function before we close it? Like, when the function returns, does that end the stream? I think that's what's happening. Now that we've implemented our client streaming RPC, we'll need to update our simple authentication interceptor. Okay, where's the RPC that they're saying? Okay, right here. Stream. Client stream. Okay. And then over here, returned res. Wait, this returns right away. Is it? It's for stream.receive. What is stream.receive? What the heck, dude? All right, this is like some client specific stuff. I'm never going to use a client stream anyway. Why are they using a client stream as an example? Like, server streams are the way more common. Way more common and useful. Now that we've presented our new client, okay. So this is just, that's for the interceptors, dude. I don't really care about the interceptors at the moment. Serialization and compression routing. What is routing? Oh, I see. Go doc. Is there a FAQ? I guess there is. Can Connect use HTTP3? Yes, although not all Connect implementations have HTTP3 support. Oh, I just want an example. Let me see. Connect protocol, cores. Demo? Okay. There's a Slack, there's a GitHub. I might check out the GitHub. There might be examples in here. Might be an example. Internal client stream. Okay, they do have unit tests in here. Let me look for a stream. Server stream. You don't have one? What's a handler stream? These are response failures. Okay, hold up. I think this is just internal code. I thought that was an example. What is this? Just looking at the repo, man. Looking for an example. Main.go, internal test data. All right, let's get back. It's main.go. What is this? Oh my gosh, this is like their generate preamble. Holy crap. Okay, where's the, can I search server? Maybe there's an example in here. Server reflection. A small example. Okay, ping. Simple urinary request. Are there any web interoperability tests, conformance? It's interesting. It's pretty interesting, I guess. Oh, examples. I saw examples. Here's an example. Includes bidirectional streaming. What's internal? Eliza.go. Look up response, get intro. Globals. Oh. Oh my gosh. This is the example. Examples.go. The code's not code. This is the code. Maybe? This is a server? Converse. Okay, cool. We have a urinary request, urinary RPC. We have a bidirectional RPC right here. Okay. And it's just a 4. Holy crap. Stream.receive. Eliza.reply request.get sentence. Huh. Where's that? Okay, where's the request coming from? Oh, it's that. It's the receive. Okay. If error, send format response end session. Dude, I just want to see an example of a server stream. Oh, here we go. This is it. Finally. We found one. Introduce. Oops. This only has 2. What? There's no request in this. For the bidirectional stream, there's no request. Say what? What? There's no request. Maybe the stream is the request and the response For the server stream, we do get a request. Is that how I'm doing it here? Yeah, that is, huh? Connect that request, server stream. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. That is exactly what I'm doing. Intros, get intro response. Dude, what is it doing? Why does it keep searching for stuff every time I click something? Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Oh wow. So here, let's see. We get the name. If name, do something. All right, cool. Intros, get intros. Got it. Stream delay. Okay. If stream delay is greater than 0, defer ticker dot stop. All right, stream delay. Good. 4. Response, range and intros. What's intros? Get stream response. Okay. We're making all of these in a loop. If error, send sentence response. Wait, send. What? Oh, okay, I get it. Introduce. This is a struct. We're sending it back and we're ending it. So we have these select cases. What is this main stuff? Holy crap. Eliza, get intro responses. Okay. So what is how I don't get it. I get most of it, but I am confused about the loop. What is the loop creating a bunch of selects? I think part of it is I just don't understand how selects work in Golang entirely. Basically this part. Select, like, what is the behavior when the code gets to this? When the code gets here, like it executes like line by line. It's like select case. I guess it just waits for one of these cases forever. Just waits forever. Oops. Just waits forever. Okay, hold up. I create a bunch of select statements simultaneously. It creates a single select per iteration of the loop. Here's what's going on. For range and intros. We are sending. Oh, I can like edit the code. How does that work? Code view is read only. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we wait for the ticker and then we send the response. We send the response back. What is the response? Response. That's the response. Okay. Got it. So it just waits. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. I'm trying to wrap my head around streams, man. And Golang. In Golang. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the stream closes when the function exits. pretty sure it gets cleaned up. Because when the second player, in my code, when the second player joins, it sends a stream to, it sends the streaming call to the, dude, I gotta relook at the code. It's kind of blowing my mind. Hey, Chemistry Nick, how's it going? I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm just, my brain hurts a little bit because I'm trying to understand this, but, it will be cool to know how this works. I think think learning about how streams work in Golang is gonna be pretty cool. Okay, gonna be pretty cool. I basically forgot how the logic works that when the game starts in my game, and I'm just going over the logic a little bit. I'm relearning. What makes it a little complicated is that the code has to communicate this, like the games have to, the code has to communicate between the two players what's going on. It's setting up that communication when you have multiplayer games. My brain was short circuit if I wanted to understand programming. LOL. I'm more of a chemistry biology guy. Nice. I like learning about quantum chemistry or just quantum physics. Like I was learning the other day, I was learning all about how, what was it? I was learning all about how the strong nuclear force works in chemistry. Well, I don't know if that's a chemistry thing or if that's just a quantum physics thing. But that was super interesting, man. I'm still learning currently, waiting for high school to start. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I mean, like, I was just learned about it on YouTube. That's what I did. I was like, because like I was like you have an atom, and like the atom has protons and neutrons. And then depending on what atom you have, like if you have potassium or hydrogen, depends on the number of protons in the atom. You get a bunch. And the strong nuclear force is what holds the protons and the neutrons in the atom together. At least that I learned when I took chemistry. That's what I learned, but we didn't go deeper into that. Then we learned about making chemical reactions. Create a battle player and a player, okay? Let me go over this. When the battle starts, the stream sends a message to both streams. Both of them. Protons, electrons, what atom, neutron? Neutron is what isotope? Yes, sir. You got that right. Whoops. Very true. Very true. The number of neutrons determines what isotope it is. Yes. Just. Yeah, I was also like reading, because like there's so many protons and like neutrons in uranium. They use it for nuclear reactions because it's so easy to separate because like it's about to decay radioactively anyway, I guess. So they use uranium because it's like it's like so big that the atom is already falling apart on its own. Oh, someone calling me. UB double fist. What the frick? Oh my gosh, dude. That is the funniest thing I read all day. But I don't even want to read that out loud. Wait, hold up. I gotta pause. I'm gonna pause my camera for a second because I think I got a phone call. Hold up. And my camera's like super lagging anyway. Because for some reason. I think it's because I got a phone call. Like my iPhone is thanks for the vibe check. My phone is my camera, so I can't like if someone calls me, I'm cooked. Dude, you know like your iPhone is a really good camera, right? It's like it's way better than a webcam. I'm just texting the person that called me right now. But yeah, basically that's why the camera's off now because I have to text somebody. How's it going, Hoodie Yoda? What's up? Chilling. I'm looking for people who like trading card games. I want to make the next Yu-Gi-Oh game. Okay, I think that's good. All right, let's bring the. Wait, so we're gonna send a message back. Call you tomorrow. I'm streaming right now. Let me see what they're gonna say. What are they gonna say? Should I wait? What are my other messages? Bruh. Good thing the bro works. Somehow. I was trying to get my streaming bot to work. Only hydrogen has names of isotopes. Deuterium and tritium. I think I wrote it correctly. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Dude, but yeah, dude, like the strong nuclear force blew my mind, dude. It blew my mind how that works, and I don't even know how they figured that out. How what's happening there, but um shoot, I gotta call somebody real quick. Yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Give me Oh shoot. Oh yeah, you're right, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm muted. Huge blunder. Okay. I was talking about quantum chromodynamics, which is the theory behind the strong nuclear force. And what's crazy about it is that, well, in electrodynamics, you have two states. You have a positive charge and you have a negative charge. And so positive attracts negative, and positive repels itself. So two protons repel each other, but they're attracted to electrons because they have negative charges. But with the strong nuclear force, you have three. You have positive, negative, and another one. And it makes everything way more complicated. Going from 2 to 3 is crazy. So instead of calling it positive and negative, they just use colors. They use red, green, and blue because they need a third one. Join battle response. Send it out to both. Okay. So I guess this is sent to the client. Yup. Yeah, okay. For both streams, we send this to the client. Got it. Okay. Okay, I get it. I don't know if this is the right way to be doing something like this, but I get it. And then we close the lobby. Got it. The first player just waits. I wonder if it makes more sense. No. I was wondering if we have a way for each server to just close it, to do it, sending the stream itself. Let me ask ChatGPT. I do this in my RPC. Is this the best way to do it? Or should each RPC stream handle sending its own message to the client? Great question. Whether each RPC stream handles sending its own message via go-to channels or just looping over them like you're doing depends on depends on a few factors. Okay. Your current code, yup. I'm trying to get feedback. I'm trying to get feedback for my code to see if I'm doing things good. Send the same message sequentially to all active streams. If anyone fails, you return early, possibly stopping messages to the rest of the clients. Trade offs. This is good if your use case is simple and broadcast based. You don't care if one client flailing stops the others. You know the number of clients is small, so serial blocking is fine. Problems with this approach. One broken stream blocks the rest. Got it. No isolation per stream. Clients aren't independently handled. You can't buffer, retry, or cancel per client cleanly. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Slow consumers will slow down everyone. Scalable pattern. Oh my gosh, dude. I knew the way I was doing it was not ideal, but it is a lot more simple. Cannot wait to learn new science stuff. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm into chemistry / the quantum physics, which is like smaller than chemistry. When you go even smaller than the atom, because like chemistry is all about learning about atoms, but then quantum physics is learning about how stuff subatomic. Exactly. Use a per stream go between that reads from channel, send channel. Message for select function. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then in your server code, yup, it listens. Send the message. Okay. Each stream gets its own go routine. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, that's one way to think about it, but that's way different than what I'm doing. Stick with your current loop if I want simplicity. Okay. I have one more question. Do I have to wait? Is it required for the first person to wait, or can the function just close that starts the stream? Whether the first person needs to wait or can just return and start the stream immediately depends on how your lobby and game start logic is designed. Here's a breakdown. This makes first player wait until the lobby signals that the battle has started via close lobby, or they disconnect. This wait is useful if the battle is only allowed to start once certain conditions are met. Players joined. You don't want to start streaming messages to the client until the game actually begins. Yes, you're treating the join battle RPC as a blocking call that completes only when the lobby is ready. In this case, select acts like a gatekeeper. You can skip the wait if you want to stream events while waiting. All right, well, okay, if I just exit the function early, you want to stream events even while waiting for other players. You can skip. I think wondering ChatGPT is hallucinating. The server pushes all the events through a stream, and the client handles waiting UX. You already stored everything you need in the lobby object, and the RPC stream can just be long lit. In that case, you can skip the select entirely and return right away, letting the stream logic start immediately. If I exit the function, the stream is cleaned up. Yes, if you exit the function that handles the stream is closed and cleaned up automatically. Here's what happens in practice. Yeah. When you return from this function, the stream is closed. The client sees the stream end with or without an error, depending on your return. And in-flight go routines or tickers you didn't stop will still live. Memory leak if you're not careful. Connect Go and gRPC cleanup state. If you're using Go routine to send messages, be careful. If you return from the stream handler but still try to send to the stream later from a Go routine, you'll get context canceled errors. Okay. That actually all makes sense to me, so I'm pretty satisfied. I think I get how it works. I'm pretty sure the stream gets cleaned up when the RPC exits. There's like nowhere in the code that tells me that, unfortunately. So figured that out just by testing. There's nowhere in the library that tells you how that behavior works, but from what I've tested, I can't exit out I have to wait, because if this function returns, then the stream gets killed. Okay, which was not too, it's not too big of a deal. It's not too big of a deal. I just have to remember that. Also, math graphing thing, I forgot what it's called. Trigonometry? Something like that? Something like that. All right. Well, does my game actually work? Oh, yeah. I was going to work on this stuff, too. Let me get the console pro. Let me get that package. Can I get that package? I have a package manager right here. Okay. Can I just search that? How do I get that asset? Console? Maybe, what's this? My assets? Search built in. Console. Nothing. What about? What is this? Search for updates. Yeah, I don't get this new UI by. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Uni registry updates and project. Oh, never mind. None of that's here. Let me console pro Unity. Let me see if I can find it in the Unity asset store. Editor console pro costs 15 buckaroos. Gonna have to fork up the buckaroos and a whole 16 of them. Or 15. Editor console pro. Dang. I didn't know this cost money. And why is it breaking? Why is the website breaking? Freaking Unity, man. Unity registry. Unity plugin. Plugin registry. All right, let me just put a Unity plugin. Oh, it's called the Unity Asset Store. That's right. Unity Asset Store. Let's go. Let me look for. There's like a console package that I want. I forgot what it was called. I just put Console Pro. I think it was called Console Pro. It might be this one. It's 15 bucks. 50% off. Quantum console. Holy crap, man. These guys, 40 bucks. 40 big ones. 40 smuckaroonies. What does this look like? Is this really? Yeah, I think this is the one, actually. Damn. I'll think about it. I'll think about it buying it. But right now, I do not need it. So I'm just going to play the game. Let's see if the game works. Do this. We'll just do a mirror thing. All right. Game ending soon. Maybe. Well, almost out of plays. Let's just put this here. Can't put that anywhere, actually. Let me go back. All right. So the game should end like any time now. Can I even play anything? It thinks I can play something still? That's not right. Play turn, play card response, end turn response, play card response. Okay. What can I even play? It thinks I can play something. So something's wrong with the logic. Something must be wrong. Maybe we can figure it out. Yeah, I really can't play anything. It can kind of fit here if it was upside down. Sheesh. All right, let me see what the... So this is what I see. The other player sees the opposite. I think... I mean, it looks right. It looks mirrored correctly. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I gotta debug this real quick. This is a client bug. This is a client bug. Okay, this is a front end issue. And I know that because the server never got the Never got the end game response. Never got the end game end turn. Yeah, never got the end game thing. So that means this would be in the battle code, and it would be somewhere. Play card. Player. This is a little hard to debug. That's probably why I was making an AI character. Can move. Is my turn. Check if move available. This is the function that's breaking, actually. It is exactly this. If move is not available, then we send an end. If no move is available, just end the turn. So it should have ended my turn automatically. And I didn't get. Wait, did I get the end turn? Wait a minute. The turn ended. So that means on the other Unity, I can actually make a move. Oh, it does work. Oh my gosh, dude, this logging is really nice. I wouldn't have caught that. Whew. Dude, logging is key, brothers. Well, at the very least, you need to log the network calls you're doing. The aka RPCs, aka remote procedural calls. So now the other player can make a move because I can make a move there. Okay. Ooh, everything's working out actually. Okay, this is what I expect from the code. Because when I end my turn, I'm supposed to do other stuff here that I just haven't done yet on end turn. If no moves available, just end my turn. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff I need to do here. Okay, to do whole bunch of UI stuff because the game is still highlighting my cards and I can play moves etc. All right, I am glad I found the issue here, so I'm just gonna write some comments. This is just to remind myself what I need to fix. Put the to-do comments, and I'll just wrap up the stream here. So it was fun talking about quantum physics and stuff. Thanks for hanging out. Chemistry Nick, good stuff. Hood Yoda, yup. Hell yeah. And then there was Fam Jerk. Catch you guys later. Cheers, my friends.